So today, yeah, guys, that's kind of my message and my motivation. My mission. My mission is to look for ways that I can help others, even though I don't feel right now that I can help myself. Good Motivational Monday, guys. It's Tandy here. Yeah, sorry for my current get up. I've just woken up, still in my pajamas. But I really wanted to come and talk about my experience that I had last week as this week's kind of motivational talk. Last week was an interesting week after obviously setting myself the challenge and obviously setting you guys the challenge of saying something motivating, saying something positive about yourself and loving yourself. I feel that I definitely it definitely opened me up to the prospects of learning some things about myself that I always kind of suspected, and as well as kind of taught me some lessons about loving yourself, loving others as well, and helping others, even when you don't feel like you can help yourself. So the beginning of the week was pretty good. I'd managed to keep quite positive and keep positive thoughts running through my mind and answering negative thoughts as well. By the end of the week, as resolve does, it kind of started to wane. And especially when, I wasn't getting the certain responses still about jobs and about life really, and I wasn't still feeling great about who I am as a person. So there was definitely ups and downs. I kind of expected it, but what I guess was the surprising thing was the lessons that I've learned this week and the growth as well. Asking the question, do I love myself? Do you love yourself? It opens the door to you learning how to love yourself, learning if you do love yourself, learning the ways that you did love yourself, and what love is and means. The beginning of the week was a lot better than the end of the week for me. But the end of the week was the most revealing. For anybody else out there who is quite a strong personality in a way and doesn't like to ask for help, I feel like this may even kind of be more even for you, because I'm pretty much that person. I don't like to ask anybody for help, and I'm much more comfortable talking to God about my problems than other people. But by the end of the week, that was very much different in me, and I came out of my comfort zone, and I ended up visiting a church that was in my local area. And it was funny because the motivation in me was literally, I don't really have the strength to fight for myself. I don't have the strength to feel good about myself. I don't have the strength to say anything positive. So let me just go somewhere where I know there are going to be positive people, and I know that they're going to say positive things for me. When I don't have the strength to say them for myself, when I don't have the strength to pray for myself. I've never actually been to this church before. This is my first time going into the church, and it's quite funny. As I said, as much as I'm public, I'm private, and when it comes to dealing with emotional issues, I am kind of self-sufficient in a lot of ways. But by the end of the week, I started to realize that a man isn't an island, and you can't just be self-sufficient, and loving yourself includes leaning on other people. At times you do need other people to lean on, to help you, to motivate you. Being the sole motivator in your life is difficult, even though the most important motivator is you. Knowing when is appropriate, knowing when you are really just at your lowest and you need to ask for help. I feel like that's a strength. It's not a weakness, even though when I left there I felt slightly embarrassed because I broke down crying to basically strangers in a church that I've never actually ever been to. But it was cathartic, and it was prosperous in the sense that my spirit learned a valuable lesson about asking for help and asking for support, and even if it is from a stranger and it's not necessarily going to be a lifelong support, even though obviously they've invited me back to the church. But it's just about making that step of understanding that you're not a super being. We're not yet gods. So we need to help. We need to help each other, and we need to ask for help. It was funny because in that same day, when I was feeling so low about myself, I ended up randomly being motivated to help somebody else. And so it was a really funny day for me. It was actually last Friday. It was a funny day because I felt in one way that I was at the end of my rope, but yet even at the end of my rope, I wanted to help somebody else, and I didn't have a lot to help this person. And the way that I helped them, it's it was odd. It was like something I helped them with something to me that I had abundantly, and that person I knew didn't have anything at all. And it didn't necessarily make me feel instantly great helping them, but it kind of showed me that we, even when we feel powerless and helpless, we really do still have the power to help others. And you may not see your life as having a lot, but to somebody else you have a hell of a lot more than them. And when I was able to give this person what I gave them, it made me realize how blessed I was truly in the face of it. Now, once again, it's like all of these things haven't led me to perfect peace, but it's given me perspective today to actually make this video. So yeah, guys, it's been really enlightening to see the process, to see that loving myself does include helping others and loving others, because I need help from other people and they need help from me, and that infinity of care and love is what makes us humans. That is what makes us God's children, the ability to love others and love ourselves. And it's funny, I even see the perfect unity even as I'm talking about it now. It is one of the hardest things to do, to think to help somebody else when you feel helpless. But the moment that you do, you start realizing how strong you are because you help somebody else. Even though you feel like you're at your lowest, you still were able to make somebody else's life better. Meaning that not only were you not at your lowest, but you have a lot of power to still evoke change. So today, yeah, guys, that's kind of my message and my motivation. My mission. My mission is to look for ways that I can help others, even though I don't feel right now that I can help myself. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about helping others, and do you feel like in your life now that you can help somebody? Do you feel like that you're helpless, or do you feel like you're helpless in your own life? And I feel like the moment you start to think about how you could help somebody else, even if it's not like giving them money or anything like that, it's whatever way you can think of helping somebody, realizing that is a strength within you. And also, for those of us that don't ever ask for help, maybe you should ask somebody for help this week and share your problems with somebody, because you never know the kind of support and motivation that they can give you, especially if you've been self-reliant and people rely on you to be the motivator. As I said, I walked into a church that I didn't even know anybody, and maybe God will guide you to somebody that can inspire you, motivate you, and help you, and listen to you as well. Listen to what you're going through, even if it's just an ear, if it's just a shoulder, even if it's not the answer to all of your life's problems, but just somebody to support you. So I really pray for you guys, and I really hope that you guys find that support, and I really hope that you are able to help somebody this week as well. And I wish you a wonderful, motivated, and blessed week, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.